the content marketing system that gets you sales. We get over 1,000 leads per month for our clients using a very simple content marketing system. And that's because we have a particular system in place that helps them get those leads. The problem people have with content marketing is they don't actually think about it as a lead generation tool. They think about it of gaining awareness, of building their audience, maybe building their email list, but they don't really see it right from creating the content all the way to making the sale. And that's a huge, huge problem. When you're creating content and it's a lot of time or it's a lot of money, you need to make sure that you're getting a return on investment on that time or money. So you need to make sure that every single piece of content you create actually leads to a sale in the end. So in this video, I'm going to teach you the exact system we use with our clients that gets them over 1,000 leads every single month so that you can implement this very simple system in your business as well. So the first part of this process is actually just the content creation. So you're going to be creating long form video content like this. You're going to be creating blog posts, short form video. You're going to be posting on LinkedIn or Instagram or TikTok or wherever it may be. You're just going to be creating content. Now, there's a few things to remember when it comes to creating content because I've made that sound very, very simple. And the first thing is that you should stick to one main topic. So you'll notice in all my videos, in all our content, we talk about content marketing. But that's because we want to be known for content marketing. And we want the people that come to us to know that what they're getting from us is content marketing. I could talk about business strategy, I could talk about leadership, I could talk about building a team, I could talk about all those things. But the main thing that I need to talk about is content marketing because that's what we sell and that's what we want to be known for. So when you're creating content at this stage, it doesn't matter how much you are creating. You know, if you're creating kind of one video a month and maybe you're posting on social media, that's fine. Just make sure that it's all about this one topic that you specialize in, that you sell, and that you want your customers to come to you knowing that that's what you're going to deliver. The second thing to remember when it comes to content creation is to have a very clear next step. So some people advise that you should just create amazing, valuable content and people will naturally find their way somehow to buy from you. Now, that's all well and good if you have a lot of followers, if you're creating content really consistently, you're creating a lot of content, you know, you're really well known for a certain thing and people can kind of easily find their way to buy from you. But for a lot of us, that isn't the case. We're not well known enough in our particular industry and it's not so easy to find a way to buy from us, particularly if you're sort of B2B. So you have to think about this a little bit differently and you have to make sure that every piece of content has a call to action. Now, I'm not saying, you know, you have to say that call to action so blatantly, so I'm not going to stop this video partway through and say, hey, come join my webinar, hey, download this thing. I'm not going to do that, but I will have it in my notes of my YouTube description. Every single LinkedIn post I put out, I will say, come and do this thing. For every single blog post I have images across the blog post that say, come download this thing or whatever it might be. You need to make sure you give people a clear next step in the process to work with you. And doing this can make sure you move someone along from being just someone who consumes your content to being a potential buyer. It's one of the biggest mistakes people make is not having a very clear next step in their content. And it's what can make the difference between just creating content for the sake of it and actually getting sales from it. So the next part of the process is to have that second part, that next step where people can clearly work with you. So I'll give an example for one of our clients. They create tons of content. They've got long form video going out on YouTube. They've got shorts going out. They've got a LinkedIn post going out pretty much every day. They're active on Instagram. Every single LinkedIn post and Instagram post has a clear call to action to go to their webinar. Their long form video has the webinar in their description. Their short form video has like links to their long form video, which has, you know, the link to the webinar in the description. Everything is gearing towards getting people signed up to this webinar. And that is how we get 1,000 leads every single week. We just constantly posting really valuable content. We're saying, hey, if you like this, I'm having a webinar next week. It is really, really that simple. And then on the webinar is content that is very, very similar to what this person's been posting about. So it's really, really helpful, valuable content on the webinar that goes through a topic in more detail and at the end says, hey, if you want to book a call with us to find out more information, then you can do. And that is how simple it is. You're getting someone from your content to a webinar and then booking a call. Really, really simple. And what you're doing there is you're basically getting people to consume more and more and more of your content, to trust you, to like you, to understand who you are and what you're about even more, and taking them through that process. And the final part of that process is just having the call. It's just making sure that everything's aligned. So the thing that you're selling should relate directly to the content that you've been creating and the webinar that you've had, or if you don't have a webinar, it could be something else. It could be a cheat sheet download, it could be an assessment or a quiz, whatever it is, it has to relate to this thing that you sell. And then you're getting them on a sales call, and it's literally just creating that value again, reiterating them, finding them more about their business, being personable with them, trying to understand who they are and what their struggles are, and then presenting your product or service as the solution. And that is the really simple process that gets our clients up to 1,000 leads every single month from their content. It's just creating great content that they're an expert in, making sure it has a clear call to action, making sure that from there you deliver even more brilliant content that's really diving deeper, and then getting people onto a sales call, offer them a solution that's directly related to the content that you've been talking about, to that webinar that you've been talking about, or whatever it might be. That's all you need to do. It really, really is that simple. And if you do that consistently enough, you will see a dramatic increase over time in leads and sales. So I'd love to know in the comments below from you if this is something you have done before, or if this is something you're going to be implementing in your business anytime soon. If you like this video, please hit the like and subscribe button so you'll be notified the next time we release a video.